Good day, saplings. Today, as promised, I'm here to share with you some of my favorite poisonous plants. There are so many to choose from, it was difficult to narrow it down to just 5, so maybe, if you're a real good audience, I'll give you one bonus plant at the end. Do bear in mind, saplings, these plants are in no particular order, but let's get started, shall we? Hemlock. This plant is famous for killing Socrates, a man who, in my opinion, asked far too many questions anyway. Hemlock can be particularly dangerous as it's often mistaken for a parsnip or member of the celery family. Now, you might be wondering, what would happen to you if you were to consume hemlock? Painful convulsions, cramps, nausea, and death are all common side effects. If you're lucky enough to live, well, you'll likely suffer amnesia or lasting tremors. Our next plant, one of my personal favorites, Belladonna. Also known, of course, as deadly nightshade, this plant has been infamous for centuries, referenced in Shakespeare's Macbeth, even your modern movie Practical Magic. Belladonna is Italian for beautiful lady. Now you see, why it received its name is concoctions were drawn up and put into women's eyes to dilate the pupils, something considered sensual and seductive. Of course, belladonna is poisonous, so you would experience other effects too. It causes paralysis of the involuntary muscles of the body, things like the heart. Even just touching the leaves can cause skin irritation. If you were alive in the Middle Ages, that would have been your anesthetic. Not that your procedures are that much better these days, let's be honest. Poisonous plant number 3, everyone, oleander. You might recognize this. It's a widely used shrub for decorative purposes, both inside the home and outside. But what you probably don't know is how poisonous it is. You see, this plant is so strong that some people have even been sick by consuming honey that has been created by bees who have collected pollen from such plants. So what happens if you ingest this beautiful plant? Well, you'll experience some indigestion, erratic pulse, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, seizures, coma, and, well, quite possibly death. That said, it is quite a bitter plant, so you'd have to be quite daft to eat it. One might think that you're just getting what you deserve. Another favorite poison of mine, white snakeroot. This one's a crafty little thing. You see, as a human, you yourself don't have to ingest it. Cattle will often graze upon it and, well, it transfers to both the meat and the milk. In fact, this was made particularly infamous by Abraham Lincoln's mother, who tragically died. Due to modern regulations and screening processes, it's not often that people are dumb enough to ingest white snakeroot on their own, but it does happen. So what would happen to you if you ingested white snakeroot? Well, you'd be trembling, nauseous, and vomit. Lots of intestinal pain, sometimes death, though rare. You see, it is treatable, though there is no cure, at least as far as you stupid humans know. But that's a private stock in storage. Let's move to the next plant, shall we? This next plant has a particular sore spot for animal lovers out there. Might I introduce you to Wolfsbane? You see, as its name might suggest, well, it was quite detrimental to wolves of all kinds. You humans can be nothing more than a pack of ravenous wolves yourselves. And Wolfsbane? Oh, it is a magical little plant. You see, it will take you 2 to 6 hours to die. And throughout that time, you will go through a range of symptoms. You'll start with nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, the usual. This will be followed by burning, tingling, numbness, particularly in the mouth area. It spreads to the face, to the abdomen. For some people, it even spreads to the entire body, causing particular motor fatigue and dysfunction. You'll start sweating, get dizzy, struggle to breathe, be rather confused about what's happening around you. And of course you'll have one hell of a headache. But don't worry, soon either your lungs, heart, or both will be paralyzed and you'll die. Bonus on it, it's hardly detectable post-mortem. Since you're still here and you've been such a wonderful audience, I will offer you a bonus plan to the list. Number 6 and my personal favorite, ivy. No, not poison ivy. That would be too easy. No. Instead, I present you with English ivy. You see, this beautiful creature right here, oh yes, the one you've seen at school, at that museum, those buildings nearby home, oh, it's quite poisonous. In minor cases, if you come across ivy and have a brush with it, you might experience some skin irritation, itching, rash, blisters. But if you ingest it, well, sapling, that's when the real fun begins. Delirium, stupor, convulsion, hallucinations, fever, and of course, in my personal favorite situations, death. Thank you everyone for tuning in watching. Those were my personal top favorite 5 poisonous plants. What's your favorite poisonous plant? Did I miss it? Let me know in the comment section below. Next week I'll give a shout out to my favorite. And do try to remember, this was just a list of personal favorite plants. This is in no way an advocation of any such behaviors. And if you are going to engage in such actions, do at least be smart enough to clear your search history, you meat sack. In my last vlog, I asked you what was your favorite plant to have either in the home or garden. And I have to admit, the answer that tickled me the most had to have been the succulent. It's rather plain, it's not much to look at, but just that name, succulent. I love how it rolls off the tongue. Anyway, if you wouldn't mind, hit that like button just down there. I would be ever so much obliged. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button as well, so you don't miss the next episode of Ivy League. So long, saplings. Okay, I better actually be done this time, because twice now I have been filming on the cardsman full, and I didn't realize till too late.